I'd like to start out by saying a good day to everyone and thank you for listening to a little bit of knowledge about car moving to help you along the way, just to make your life easy. I apologize for the industry for bombarding you with all these calls from the brokers, and yes, you are only communicating with people who do not own any trucks. And even though the brokers book almost 100% of all moves in the United States, they don't control the price other than their own fees. So while you're communicating with these folks, make sure you know exactly what they charge to facilitate an offer and acceptance process. Usually those fees are between $100 and $250. It's important that you know. Once you choose your broker, it's critical that you start looking at the list of other folks like you who are making offers along your route. Usually 70% of all those folks are being left behind, sometimes missing one of 4 trucks a day. You don't need to be the highest price, but you certainly need to be $1 more with a quality broker than those folks who are being left behind. We'll talk about quality versus non-quality brokers in a minute. It makes sense that when you fly from point A to point B, that you are either on 2 planes 75% of the time, or 1 plane on a common route. Well, if you cannot get a direct flight with your airplane, you probably can't get on 1 truck all the way through. A telltale sign is for you to look at the list of offers. If you can't find 6 or 7 cars and a couple of larger vehicles to make up a full truckload, you probably will not be able to go in a timely fashion on 1 truck, and you need to use a terminal in between. You still get door-to-door service, but there is a terminal in between. I just eliminated most everyone that you're communicating with because brokers very quickly lose their merchant card service privileges, and if they do succeed in reattaining them, they are actually paying sometimes $11 and $13 per $100 charged. So they're not about to pay a truck driver on your behalf that you never see at the terminal, let alone do they have terminal privileges. So this is critical information. Now, when you put together your offer, just like buying a house or any other type of offer, you can certainly buy the house with no money down and ask the seller to hold the mortgage. I've personally done that twice in my lifetime. It works nicely. And I offered $10,000 more than that seller was asking, and I did get his attention and got the exact waterfront property I wanted. Same thing with car moving, except 99% of the brokers only allow you to make that type of offer, getting a very limited number of acceptances compared to all the drivers that are out there. So it's always best to put something down so that the broker, who has the ability to take your credit card up front without it costing him so much, can tell every truck driver, not only do I have an offer, but I have money down. Or you could make like a dealership. How do they get all the great prices to ship cars? They don't give a deposit because they give me all the money, and I pay the driver up front. Usually as soon as he gets it on his vehicle or shortly thereafter, I am paying the driver with a direct deposit cash to his account. I do that 95% of the time, with 95% of my sales being dealerships. You don't have to do that, but if you just give me a deposit, the drivers will think that I have all your money, and they will pounce on the listing even if it's slightly lower than the others that are making offers. It's that simple. So, my background, just a little bit, is 20 years in the daily newspaper industry as an engineer, CPA, accounting guy, helping to write code and design the writing of that code as a sales engineer. So if you own a newspaper, you know my face, and I have flown to your paper over and over again to facilitate all the tools that are needed in each department of a daily newspaper.